Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your monthly tarot card reading. This is a reading for October 2018, and Scorpio, I have to say I am super excited for this reading. As always, I pick your energy cards off camera, and I have to say these are the best cards that I have seen so far. I'm really excited. I think honestly your reading is going to be the best one. You're the third to last reading that I've recorded. But with that being said, before we start, I did want to give a huge shout out to all of my supporters on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for joining me on there and showing me all this kindness and support and love and always being super sweet and leaving comments and stuff like that. And I wanted to give a huge thank you to my top 3 contributors from last month on Patreon. We have Amy G, Radhika M, and Sarah R. So thank you guys so much for that. I really do appreciate all your generosity, and I've been saying thank you in every video, and I just can't say thank you enough. And so you'll never be hearing the end of it. I'm going to keep saying it. With that being said, hi Scorpio, this is a reading for Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominance. If you don't know your dominant sign, I highly recommend that you go ahead and check out my video on that. The link will be in the description box below. You may find that you resonate more with your dominant sign than you do with your sun or your other placements. So, with that being said, happy Halloween season. I love the fall, autumn season. I love Halloween. I love every spooky holiday. So you might have noticed that we have a different oracle card this month. We have a Halloween oracle. Surprise, surprise. And I'm actually using a different tarot deck. So these will all be listed in the description box as usual. This tarot deck that I'm using, this is the Santa Muerte deck. This is such a cool deck, and I honestly love it so much. It's probably going to be one that I use frequently outside of this spooky themed Halloween videos, right? Because I got it with the intention of it was, skeleton themed, so I said, oh, this will be perfect for October, but I'm actually falling madly in love with this deck. But I should mention that this deck is a little bit different than the traditional deck or the Rider-Waite deck, just because the author interprets some of the cards a bit differently than traditional. So if you see me explaining a card differently, or if you see the art doesn't really match up, it's because that's how the author of this deck intended it to be. So try not to flip for those of you who are super great at reading tarot cards, because I know I do get that. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, why are you explaining this card in this way? And it's just because that's how the deck is explaining it. That's how the author meant for it to be interpreted, so that's how I'm going to interpret it, and that's how my intuition is going to come off as well. So with all of that out of the way, hello Scorpio, I'm Venus, and let's get straight into your reading. So as I said, I'm super excited. So we're going to go over your Halloween oracle card first. This is a theme that is going to be following you around for the month of October. So we're going to cue the festive spooky music, and we're going to actually read this from the book. So Scorpio, you have the Cauldron. So really great card coming through. This card is about synergy and healing. So let's go ahead and read from the book a bit what this card is all about. So alrighty, so the cauldron. Cauldrons were commonly used in ancient and medieval times for everything from the nightly meal to the making of medicines. This was usually placed within the hearth of the home, making it an essential part of gathering family. Much healing and nourishment came from the cauldron. Since you received the cauldron card, it indicates the importance of combining a variety of techniques or elements to get the best result. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Refuse to choose just a single rigid pathway, when a variety of ways are there to be enjoyed and experienced. You can find your own ways to create something new. The cauldron is a deeply transformational tool. Things change when they are put under pressure. Resilience is being cultivated over time, and this means that you will be able to withstand any negative pressure much more healthily from the inside out. And yeah, that's all it has to say about that. So the cauldron, synergy and healing. Scorpio, this makes me so happy. Healing is abundant this month for you. Your theme is obviously healing. And I liked what it said about not trying to put all your eggs in one basket. And when I first read that, when I picked this card for you, immediately I was thinking things like, okay, if you guys are trying to make money right now, don't just go and stick with one job. Yes, keep your job is what I mean, but don't make that the only option, right? Find other sources of income. Maybe you can, I know some people doing babysitting on the side or dog walking on the side, or they have like a mini lemonade stand with their kids, right? So it's all about finding more than one way, because there is more than one way. And so it's things like that. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? And then for another thing that popped into my head when I got this card for you guys was with love and dating, right? Maybe you have a really specific type in your head, right? They have to be like tall, brown hair, green eyes, Harry Styles. But you know, it's like broaden your thinking a bit, open your mind a bit, and let the universe surprise you, right? Don't put all your eggs into one basket. Try to find other ways. Try to find other alternatives. Wow, can't speak. Try to find other alternatives. Try to broaden your horizons. Open your mind. Really reach out and stretch yourself, right? So already super, super beautiful. I really love this card for you, Scorpio. Just the healing aspect of it as well. Really lovely, really beautiful. So anyways, we're gonna go and see your spirit animal tarot card. This is the universal energy supporting you, and this is another lovely card. So we have the beautiful dolphin energy supporting you, Scorpio. So Dolphin energy is innately intelligent, and it is ding 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 healing energy. It is a healer. It is also light, and it is also blessings. So when this card comes up, it's usually an indication that a profound blessing is on its way to you, Scorpio. So right away we have so much good omens coming in. You have a good omen already, and this is just your energy card, which is why I'm so excited to see what else this reading has for you. So right away we have healing repeated twice and a good omen coming in, okay? So with dolphin type energy, you can often underestimate the impact that you make in the world, but you just don't know how bright your light is. Your light is like something that is so beautiful that illuminates the world. So Scorpio, when you light yourself up, when you're following your passions, being true to yourself, following your dreams, when you are happy and positive, you are like an inevitable bright light. Like you are just so bright, and you spread that light. And I don't know if you know, but Scorpio is, when highly actualized, is the archetype of healing and the healer, right? We are often associated with death and destruction and, you know, the dark night of the soul. But Scorpio, you're actually also, on the flip side of that, you're actually a healer. You are the light, right? You are just beautiful and profound. So when in balance this month for October, you will feel like an active healer. You will feel strong. You will feel very spiritual. You'll feel very connected, positive, joyful, maybe even just really cozy and just feeling in tune and really wonderful with everything around you. But out of balance, you may be doubting yourself or underestimating your own power. You may be feeling a bit down, etc., etc. But to bring yourself into balance, this book recommends that you find yourself with like-minded people. And I would recommend that you just keep the positivity in your life. Keep consuming that positivity, right? Watching positive videos, listening to positive music, working on your inner healing, being soft and gentle with yourself, loving yourself, etc., etc. Those are just really beautiful ways that you can go about cultivating this wonderful air of positivity and light and healing around you, because this Scorpio, October is really, really a month of light and healing for you is what I'm getting so far. And that's why, again, I'm super excited for this reading. And give me a second, water break. But yeah, so very exciting. We're going to put these to the side right over here. You'll still see them. But we're also going to choose some tarot now. So we're going to pick a card for yourself, Scorpio. Okay, really wonderful. So really great. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is coming through as your strength. Scorpio, you are coming near. You're seeing the first glimpses of abundance. You're seeing the first glimpses of hope, of light, of this material success. Scorpio, you're such a spiritual sign. You're such an emotional sign. Oftentimes with the water signs, we can be really not as grounded as the other signs. We can really be in our heads. And that's something I've discovered profoundly with myself. Being a Scorpio and having a lot of water placements and being a water sign in my ascendant, I haven't realized, and also having a water sign in my midheaven, I haven't realized how much in my head and how much in another world that I'm in until I actually meditate and focus on being here in the present moment, that I realize that I've been, you know, completely in a different dimension and somewhere else. So this is a really good sign, Scorpio. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This is saying, like, look, this is your strength. This is your power. This is you starting to see the happy ending kind of come together. This is you starting to see the material wealth, the health, the success. Things are starting to grow and sprout. Scorpio, it definitely is in your power to really cultivate and manifest these things, this material abundance, and not material as in just finances and like luxury items and things, but it's anything in this material plane, right? So that's why I mentioned that water signs, we tend to be really in our heads, really elsewhere, we're really in La La Land. So it's a very grounding moment this month, Scorpio, and it's grounding in a good way. It's grounding in a sense that you really feel like you have both feet on the ground this month, and that you're feeling as if you're just this profound manifester. It's like you're manifesting things and you're seeing things come into fruition, and you're seeing these things start to cultivate in your life. You're seeing these things come together. It's just the sense of, yes, you know, you may have your head up in the clouds, but your feet are firmly planted in the ground, so you're in both worlds at the same time. But this Nine of Pentacles card is also such a good omen to just success and abundance. It's you kind of basking in the joy of what you have created on this earth, and it's you basking in what is to come. It's a good omen, like the dolphin is. It's a good omen to a lot of material abundance in this earthly plane. So really looking up for you, Scorpio, we're going to pull a card for your environment. Wonderful. So we have the Ten of Swords, Scorpio. So with the Ten of Swords, this is clarity of mind, clarity of thought, wisdom, intuition. Your environment, I feel like you're going to be feeling very, very connected to everything around you, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. You're just feeling connected and in tune. And again, reiterating with that, Nine of Pentacles card. It just, once again, having both feet planted on the ground and also having this clarity of mind, this intuition supporting you. It's like you haven't quite left your ethereal la la land world where, you know, you're always in your head and always imagining things and going through the motions of your heart. But now it's like you're also on earth and you're bringing your imagination to this earthly plane. So your mind is definitely going to be a great tool for you this month, Scorpio. In October, there's also going to be a lot of things that are going to be in your environment, kind of, I don't want to say triggering because it's not that harsh of a thing. It's more light. It's like it's going to be awakening, rather, something inside of you to become more self-aware, to become more aware of things in your world, to become more intuitive and more clear with thought, and to be more wise. Things are just kind of going to be waking you up this month, really making you see the bigger picture. If you guys have been feeling disconnected, you're definitely going to be feeling tapped in once again. So we're going to pick, let's see, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick, we're going to do, let me put these right here. We're going to do the future readings now for October. We're kind of going to see how October is going to go for you. So we're going to pick 3 cards for the beginning of October, 3 cards for the middle of October, and 3 cards for the end of October. So let's go ahead and I'll probably explain all of them right once all of the cards are picked. So oops. So we had a card flip over here and additional side messages. We have the Moon and the Magician, but I'm going to put those back in the deck just because I don't feel, that was just my hands being clumsy, right? I can usually tell when like a card pops out and when it's just me having really tiny hands, which if you watch me a lot, you will notice that I tend to drop cards because I have little hobbit hands. Or do hobbits have big hands? I don't know. I know hobbits have big feet. Anyways, Venus, back to shuffling. This is the beginning of October 2018 for Scorpio. We had a card come right out, so we have the 10 of Cups, really looking beautiful so far, Scorpio. And we have, ooh, the Emperor coming out as well. Okay, so far we have the World, 10 of Cups, and the Emperor. I'm going to continue picking and then we'll explain some more. So we're going to start picking for the middle of the month. And we have the 6 of Wands. Really beautiful. And bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Swords. So let's talk about it, Scorpio. So we have the World right over here. So with the World card, this kind of feels like a completion energy. This feels like things starting to make sense. This is you kind of being on top of the world, and as we can see here, we literally have the woman with the scythe on top of the world. So beginning of the month, you really are going to be feeling like you're starting to get a grasp of things. Things are starting to make sense. It's this clarity of thought. Once again, it's this feeling like things are making sense, things are looking up. It's like this understanding of how the world finally works. It's like this understanding, like you finally understand how things are going. And then look, we have the 10 of Cups, right? So the 10 of Cups, this is emotional abundance. 10 of Cups, cups usually represents family, love, relationships, emotions. This represents abundance of all things. And we have the 10 of Cups, which means that it's like tripled abundance. This is you getting what you want, getting what you desire. 10 of Cups, wishes fulfilled, dreams coming true. For some of you, this is definitely a love or romance thing, and we're seeing that with the 9 of Cups right here. This is like you getting that treasure, you really finding that hidden treasure, finding that treasure. It's you discovering this gift. It's you being given this gift. So for some of you, it's definitely a romance thing, but for others of you, it's like this healthy relationship with yourself. It's, again, healing as well. Very much tied into healing with this dolphin energy that we had in the beginning. It's this idea of just completion within yourself. It's this highly actualized water element. So it's really, really beautiful energy coming through. And then we have the Emperor as well. So you kind of feeling like a ruler. This is you kind of being a king. This is leadership. This is organization. This is the ability to assert yourself, to be independent, to take moves, not to make moves, not take moves, to make moves into the right direction of which you want to go. This is really you being in your power, stepping into your power, Scorpio. So the beginning of October is really pushing you. It's like really, you're just on your A game, Scorpio. You really, really are. And we have Temperance here. This is middle of the month in October. Something happens that makes you just feel at peace. Something happens that makes you feel content at home. You just feel wonderful, really. It just feels lovely. It's peace, content. It's that stillness that you have when you finally hit that place in meditation where you're just like, I'm here now and everything is perfect. It's that feeling. And once again, we have 9 of Cups, so this can be in relation to the 10 of Cups abundance that we're seeing, or just a continuing of this message of this month is looking amazing for you, Scorpio. It's you getting what you want. It's you getting your treasure, you getting your love, you being able to manifest this emotional security, this abundance, this love, this happiness. Really, really beautiful energy. For some of you, I feel like this could be having to do with self-love, having to do with really appreciating yourself, learning to love yourself again. It's like this deep inner healing, this deep work that you've been working on with yourself, finally being actualized, being realized, and finally, projecting and becoming outward, right? It's like you've been working on this healing for so long, and you're finally starting to see it blossom, and you're finally starting to see it change. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is wonderful initiation energy for even more abundance, Scorpio. This is you starting something new. This is you having to do with either your money, your health, finances, career, wealth, your body, anything in the material world. This is something of starting energy. This is you setting out a plan and going for it, and taking the little baby steps at first, right? So this could be working on a new diet, starting to work out. Maybe you're taking steps forward with your financial situation. Maybe you created a saving plan, an investment plan. Or maybe you're starting to get, money back. Or maybe you're starting to see income flow in little by little. It's trickling in. Maybe you are starting to see the body you have been working for take shape, right? So lots of beautiful little manifestations starting to sprout. Really, really wonderful energy, Scorpio. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles. So this card is as if to say everything is all within divine timing, right? We all have a gestation period. We all, human babies take around on average 9 months to come out. So this is sort of to remind you of that. It's like saying yes, there is a divine timing, things take time. And I pulled a clarification card, and we have here the Magician. So it's like to remind you, Scorpio, that yes, your manifestations are coming. These things are coming for you, okay? These things are being brought into your life, into your reality. They're coming, but just remember, all is within divine timing. So it's as if to remind you that, yes, your desires are yours. Everything you want is yours. You just have to go with the divine timing and take inspired action. And then we have 2 2s here, so synchronicities, double 2. For some of you, the double 2s, this could be like twin flame energy. But others of you, this is indicating of, so we have 2 of Wands, right? 2 of Wands is someone assertive, independent. This is a person who kind of has the world in their hands. They're not, they're not going to let you cross them, right? This person can be coming off as kind of defensive or closed off, but this person is also someone who kind of has the world in their hands. They know what they want. And then we have the 2 of Swords here. So this is like cutting off someone energy. This is kind of you cutting cords energy, right? So I feel like this, these 2 cards are really representative of how people are starting to see you by the end of the month, right? They're going to think that you're someone who, in a way, is kind of like standoffish, maybe even a bit selfish, someone who's like hard to get close to, right? But they don't realize that you're doing this for yourself. They don't realize that you're cutting people off, that you're cutting ties, that you are, cutting away toxicity, taking out the trash, right? People don't realize that you really are starting to realize your worth, what you deserve, and you're starting to clean out. This is kind of like spring cleaning when these 2 cards come together. And with that, because of the double 2, in numerology, this is like a sign that the things that you want are manifesting, and this is kind of like you clearing out the old energy so that the things that you are working on desiring and manifesting are coming into your life even quicker and faster. This is a huge good sign and a huge omen to that. This is as if to say, these manifestations are definitely coming for you, Scorpio. I mean, they're manifesting, they're being brought into your reality very, very soon. And by the end of October, look, you come in as the Queen of Wands. So you come in as someone who is very nurturing, someone who is very independent, assertive, but also warm and creative. You know exactly what you want. You know how you're gonna get it. You go for what you want. You're ambitious. You are creative. You have this fiery energy. You're also nurturing and warm. You have self-love, self-respect. You know exactly what you want and what you deserve by the end of the month, which is so beautiful. And then we have the 6 of Wands here. By the end of the month, Scorpio, you are coming in victorious. This is you reigning in on your high horse, surrounded by applause and a parade. It's like a celebration. You are receiving approval. You are receiving praise. You are receiving a warm welcome of victory of some sort of celebration, some sort of gift, some sort of hero's welcome, okay? It's like, Hercules riding into town and being praised and welcomed by the crowd, right? And then we have the Knight of Swords once again on the bottom of the deck. This is you being the fearless Prince Charming or Princess Charming. This is you just being very intuitive, very logical, right? You are like a master at the game of chess in life. This is you being super with it, super wise and intelligent. You know the right moves to make. You think before taking action, and coupled with this fire energy that really pushes you towards the end of the month, like, oh my gosh, it is just so wonderful. Completely wonderful energy coming through for you, Scorpio. October looks like your month. This just looks like a really, really beautiful month for you. I was about to say October. Really beautiful month for you, Scorpio. And I do feel a bit compelled to read more about the world from the booklet offered with this tarot card. So definitely, like I was saying, so this says, the card of total realization of expansion and achievement. The world brings with it a slow but constant and determined evolution towards success, fullness, towards one real and personal and professional objectives, as if towards the transformation and discovery of a new balance at the peak of a cycle. If this card presents itself at the beginning of a reading, it could bring up a problem connected to a difficult beginning of something where a premature realization is necessary before the action. But that's such a good thing, Scorpio, because, you know, better late than never. And wow, so I was just saying I felt really compelled to read more about the World card. I didn't know why, but here it is talking about if this shows up in the beginning of the reading, and lo and behold, this is the beginning of your reading for the future in October. And so I guess the universe is trying to let you know, to let you look out, that look, something will come up connected to a difficult beginning, but you are going to have this premature realization before action. And it says a contraction of time with the risk of not being able to conclude when necessary, or else the emergence of egocentric or dispersive characteristics. So, let's see. Right, so it's telling you that you're going to have this early awakening to some sort of thing, which is going to be beautiful. I feel like if it was any other sign, I would probably feel a bit worried, but it's like Scorpio, I think your energy, your sign, you experience this death and rebirth just for being a Scorpio almost every single day. I feel like you can definitely handle this, and the universe is just giving you a little heads up on that. And it says the advice of the dead: do not give up and do not be afraid. The road you have taken is the right one, and whatever difficulty you find will be brief, and you will achieve the results you desire. So, wow, that is really profound and really beautiful. And as I've said before, and I think in this video as well, I do have, I am a Scorpio as well, so I feel especially connected to you Scorpios, and I have a lot of placements in Scorpio. It's one of my dominant signs as well. And with this World card, I'm just going to share my own experience with you guys, because the part where it said, where it was saying, do not give up and do not be afraid. The road you have taken is the right one. Recently, I was coming up across a difficult decision just recently, and it was based on whether or not I should take some time off of a certain thing, just so that I can regroup myself and work on my healing and work on my inner work and work on myself. And this World card as a general for all Scorpios who are, I've been questioning whether or not I've been making the right decision, and I was like, maybe I should have stayed, and maybe I should have just, toughened it out and stayed for the extra month, and then, not have taken a break. But seeing this World card as a general for all Scorpios, this is really speaking to me, and that's why I'm sharing my situation, and maybe you guys will also be connecting and resonating with that. But yeah, I was really, it was like deep down I knew like I'm making the right decision by taking time off to work on myself. And obviously with all the energies, right, Venus going into retrograde, Venus in Scorpio especially, a time for reevaluation and looking within. And with this Aries full moon today when I'm recording this, but if you're watching this as of recently, really working on the wounded healer, I was like, of course I'm making the right decision of taking time for myself, like duh. But there was a little bit of doubt and hesitancy, like, oh, maybe I'm not making the right choice. But again, like this World card coming up and me feeling compelled to read it when I didn't even know what it was going to say, and it's just saying to trust yourself and know that you're on the right path. Like, wow, that was just a confirmation for me that, yeah, I made the right decision, and beginning of October, this is going to be good. And so hopefully, like, that was able to offer you guys some confirmation as well. I had no intention of reading from this tarot book, but great thing that I did. So crazy, so coincidental, but I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Nothing's a coincidence. So wow, really amazing. I really love this reading, Scorpio. Things are looking great. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please leave me a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe. And guys, I wish you guys the best of luck. This is going to be an amazing month. I really can't wait for it. I'm so happy and excited for all of us, especially the Scorpios, because I know how it is. I feel your energies. I feel you guys. Like, we are 100. I got you. Things are going to get better, okay? Lots of love, lots of light, and I wish you guys the best as always. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!